our next opponent, and in a good week to really work on ourselves. A lot of self-study and things like that. So it's been good. Enthusiasm's been good, and happy for these guys that they're going to finally get a break. Coaches too, just because like I said, it's been a long grind, but. And I'm looking forward to a couple of days myself to kind of disengage. I've encouraged them to, hey, do that. But when we come back here Sunday night, man, everybody needs to be dialed in and recharged and really, have our eyes on the prize.
A lot of times after a loss, people start analyzing what opponents have done to beat you. And in this case, you beat yourself as much as anything.
If they're watching us, I'd be praying for a bunch of turnovers and missed tackles. And, that doesn't help when you do those things against good people.
Yeah, but that hasn't been your MO this year, and so
no.
that's why we think there's still a sense of optimism and encouragement going forward.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We just, 9 games, and we had a bad day, and we put the ball on the ground, and we couldn't really put it together with all 3 phases. We tried hard, we tried to overcome it, but we just couldn't ever complement each other at the right time. But it's just, you learn from everything. You grow from everything, just like you grow and learn from a win. You grow and learn from a loss, and I think our players have tried to do that. They've been very honest. Film don't lie. We watch the tape. We know what we're coaching them to do. We know what we've seen, but you have to perform. And it's a big lesson this week. And it's consistency in performance, week in and week out, if you're going to be a championship team. And so again, there's no lack of optimism or anything like that. Like I said last week, every goal we have we're right on track. We're way on track to have a chance to have a great season. So that's what we're focused on, is just trying to get better each day, trying to improve ourselves, and get back to doing the things that it takes to win. That's really all we're worried about.
Saw Spencer Benton walk out of here, looked pretty good. What's the timetable for him?
Well, they say he possibly could go next week, but I don't know that I'm 100% comfortable, and I don't know if he's 100% comfortable yet as far as going and making a tackle. It's hard enough to cover with 11. I don't really want to do it with 10. So in my mind, I'm thinking maybe more NC State, but he's making good progress. We'll see how he is when he comes back, but he's still got a little soreness and stiffness in there. And so, but he's kicking the ball good. And it's good to see him back out there. And like I said, in my mind, I'm hoping maybe NC State he'll be ready to roll.
Progress. Do you see any progress with the second team offensive line? I know that was a concern earlier in the year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We haven't. They haven't played as much as we would like to have played them. And most of that's based on our situations that we've been fighting for our life every week, but with a couple of exceptions, and they've played there. But they're getting better. Absolutely, they're improving. We've moved guys around. We've made guys play guard, tackle, both sides, and they're getting a lot out of this year that I think is going to really show up this spring with several of those guys: Reed, Giff, Kalen, and all those guys. Joe Gore, we had his first practice today. It's the first time we've gotten him in practice, and it was great to see him out there on the scout team taking all the reps. So. I'm really excited to have him back. Really excited, so we can start really coaching him, because fundamentally and technically he's raw as a bone. But I'm excited about him as a prospect.
Is Joe at offensive tackle, or is he still at?
We've got him at offensive tackle.
Okay.
What's been the message with this time over the past couple of years? It's been a lot of scoreboard watching. This year, there's no need, as long as you went out, and how nice that is to have that in your back pocket.
Well, that's what you want, is to control your own destiny, and you don't like to have to depend on other people. But sometimes, that happens in a very competitive conference. This is a very competitive conference. I mean, it really doesn't matter who you are. I mean, you better bring it every single week, because you can. And I think that's one of the things that makes this conference pretty unique. Is anybody can beat anybody on a given day. You know, as opposed to some of the other conferences that are out there, you see there's one or two really strong teams, and then it's, kind of best of the rest from there. But I think that this is a good conference that's very competitive, and to be where we are right now after 9 games, to be in control of our destiny, that's what you want. And it's up to us to go take care of our business.
Maybe some might suggest that you may be a little ahead of schedule and the grand plan at this stage of your tenure.
I would say that we probably exceeded expectations a little bit. I mean, first year, to win our division with a freshman quarterback. I mean, we've kind of had an oddity, if you will, with our quarterback situation since I've gotten this job. And it wasn't a lack of talent. We just had some very unique circumstances. And we played the first year with a freshman, but we won our division, played the championship, and had some good success. But last year we missed some pieces that we knew we were going to miss, and played the way we probably needed to play, but just weren't quite good enough in some areas, but competed and still learned and grew. And this year, as we've been recruiting and kind of getting everything in the program the way I really want it, I'm very proud of where we are. We still got a long way to go, big picture-wise, but we're probably a little bit ahead of where I thought we'd be this year, even though I expect to win every single week. But to see our quarterback play like he's played in his first year as a starter, to see some of these young players like a Sammy Watkins come in here and do some of the things they've done, those are things that you can't really expect, right out of the gate. But I'm excited about where we're going, and it's all a process. But as I've said many times, I don't need a lot of patience, but just a little bit, and we're going to get this program on very, very solid footing, where we can be a national contender and have a national presence every year. And that starts with having all areas of your program in sync, and then putting classes back to back to back to back. That's how you really do it. And we've never really done that at Clemson. And there's this great perception out there that we've always recruited these great classes, and I don't know where that comes from, but we've had a good class here and there. We've signed a great player here and there, but we've never, not since probably the 80s, put back to back, really built a program through recruiting, and that's what we're trying to do.
How many classes do you think you put back to back?
I think the last 2 classes have been very solid. This last class was great. I think this class that we're about to sign has a chance to be great. And then I think our 13 class it may have a chance to be as good as we've signed. That we met today, and we met on 13s all day today, all morning. And but that's where we are as a program. That's where you want to be. We're not many 12s left out there that we're dialed in on. We're very dialed in on 13, and if you want to get this thing done right, that's how you have to be. And so we've got to get our January plan and our spring plan together, as far as a lot of evaluations and things we got to get done to make early offers and so forth, make good decisions on who they are. And then we have to develop them, and we're in the process of that right now. As y'all know, we got a bunch of guys that we got to coach up and develop, and there's some growing pains that comes with that, as we saw the other night. But that's just part of it.
What's the number you're looking at to sign for 13?
Well, I don't really want to throw a number out there right now because it changes.
Right.
There's a lot of factors. Just like this year, we've had a little bit of attrition that you don't plan on. That's going to affect that number a little bit, and it'll be the same thing. Right now, if you just look at it, you're not looking at a very big class. That's why we got to sign the right guys. But again, there's a lot of things that factor into that number fluctuating.
You now have maybe 24 with this class? The
We'll be probably somewhere between 20 and 24. You know, it's got to be the right guys.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to just go sign guys. It's got to be guys that absolutely meet, you know, our standard and our criteria and all the other things that we're looking for.
Any other attrition today?
Today?
Yeah.
No, we had attrition yesterday.
Yeah.
Was there somebody expecting it
No,
today?
I just-
Lord, y'all make me nervous when y'all ask me questions like that. Because I don't read blogs and all that stuff. So when y'all ask me stuff like that, y'all make me nervous. Like
Well,
there's
that one
something
came
I'm
out of
supposed
the
to know.
blue.
No, I don't know. No, everybody's here, and hopefully they all make it back. And that's the one thing you worry about when
Sure.
all these guys are going separate directions is just getting a phone call, you know, or somebody's made some stupid decision or they've been injured somehow or something like that. So, you know, we talked a little bit about that during the practice. And we look forward to all of them getting back Sunday night.
No pickup basketball or rugby games, huh?
Well, that's for the coach only.
With those 42 freshmen that you
Yeah.
talked about many
Yeah.
times, then you have another probably 20-something number class
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah.
20. Look ahead, 2013. What has you most excited about what the roster might look like?
Well,
Experience
I
maybe.
think we'll be in a position to where we have a bunch of talented juniors and seniors with the opportunity to develop guys the right way and not play them before they're ready. I mean, sometimes you have to do that, but it's really not what you want to do. That's what excites me the most. I really think we'll have it set to where, you know, we're going to be a very junior, senior laden football team, and freshmen, sophomores are going to be guys that, you know, the rare guy here and there, but they're going to be guys that are going to be developing. And if you look at the great programs out there, that's how it is. Now, you always have a great, you know, you always got a great player that might show up and change you in a spot here and there. But you really want to be able to build your team from veteran players. That's what you want. Guys that have been in your system. And so if you're recruiting the right guys and you're developing them the right way, you got a chance to really sustain some consistency program-wise.